Hello and welcome back to Season 2 of English Sound Building, the advanced pronunciation podcast where you do the work to build muscle memory, and master new sounds. Always remember that successful communication is possible in any one of the thousands of global English accents. This podcast is for those of you who enjoy playing with sound. We're not here to meet any pronunciation ideals, we're here to have fun. Remember, if you'd find it useful to read as you listen, you can now find a free script for this podcast on my Patreon page. That's www.patreon.com/EnglishBrickByBrick. The link's in the episode notes. And just scroll down on the main page to get to the scripts and other posts. I'm not going to be recording a regular video bonus this series, but I might do one from time to time. So again, keep checking my Patreon for those. I started making this podcast for my online students, and if you're an advanced learner and you want to be one of them, I now have some availability. Check out the episode notes for the link to my italki profile where I teach my online classes. Today we're looking at an interesting pair of vowel sounds, and o. So I'm going to start by telling you about my own history with these sounds, because you may have noticed I use them inconsistently. My parents are from southern England, where the sound is used. And so before I started school, I also used this sound because I copied their speech patterns. However, I grew up in northern England, where the sound isn't used, is used instead. And I quickly lost the But since leaving home, I've travelled so much and I've modelled the sound so often for my students that it's crept back into my pronunciation. But most of the time, I still have to really think about making it. And you'll notice that it doesn't always come out the same. It tends to come out more clearly when I speak more slowly. It tends to come out less clearly when I speak more quickly. This is a great example of how we all have our own idiosyncratic pronunciation patterns, and all of them can be as successful as the next. As with all sounds, whether you make this sound or not is only half the reason for spending some time on it. We need to be able to recognize both sounds while listening, and also realize that that sound can be replaced with the sound for many speakers. So let's talk about how to make the sounds. Is made with the mouth pretty open, and mainly in the center or slightly towards the back of the mouth. I find it can be easiest to start from the relaxed schwa sound if you mastered that in Season 1. So start with the mouth fully relaxed, as you would for schwa, and then open the jaw down and move the back of the tongue down. Vibrate your vocal cords quickly and you should get Let's listen to me doing both steps. Firstly, from schwa, to opening my jaw, and then the difference between opening my jaw, and lowering my tongue, the back of my tongue. Although I find that most of my learners do have this sound by the time I meet them, some do find it difficult to distinguish from And again, refer back to that episode in Season 1 if you need to. For me, the difference is in mouth position. It's hard to make the sound without at least stretching the sides of my mouth a little. It can be almost imperceptible. I'm just stretching the sides of my mouth into a slight smile to make that sound. Not as much of a smile as we do to get the Also, my jaw is much more closed for the sound. The mid and back of the tongue is also higher in the mouth for is not a long sound. So if you're confusing it with a long vowel like you're holding it too long. Vibrate those vocal cords really quickly. And let's look at some common words with Listen and repeat. Above. Adult. Brother. Bus. But. Butter. Club. Colour. Company. Country. Cousin. Culture. Cup. Customer. Cut. Enough. Front. Fun. 100. hungry, husband, just, love, luck, lunch, Monday, money, month, mother, much, must, nothing, number, other, result, run, sun, subject, summer, sun, umbrella, uncle, under, up. Well done. And we'll read them again, this time in groups of 4, make you move a little faster. Above, adult, brother, bus. But, butter, club, colour. Company, country, cousin, culture. Cup, customer, cut, enough. Front, fun, 100, hungry. Husband, just, love, luck. Lunch, Monday, money, month. Mother, much, must, nothing. Number, other, result, run. Sun, subject, summer, sun. Umbrella, uncle, under, up. And then moving on to the O sound. To make O, it also helps to start from a schwa position. This time, rather than lowering your jaw, you'll raise your mid-tongue in your mouth, still keeping it as relaxed as possible. And at the same time, you'll alter the position of your lips, rounding and flaring them. Again, vibrate your vocal cords quickly, and you should get O. Let's listen to the transition between the schwa and the O. And you can do this in a fluid transition if you want to hear the change of the sound in your mouth. It does make a longer sound, but you do get the change. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, and now let's think about some words with the O sound. The O sound isn't actually that common if we think about words which are pronounced with an O in all accents. So you will notice that there are some less common words in this list as well. Listen and repeat. Brook, bullet, bully, bush, butcher, cook, crook, cushion, could, foot, full, good, hood, hook, look, push, put, should, stood, sugar, took, woman, wood, wolf. Well done. Now let's listen again, this time in groups of 4, make you move a little faster. Brook, bullet, bully, bush. Butcher, cook, crook, cushion. Could, foot, full, good. Hood, hook, look, push. Put, should, stood, sugar. Took, woman, wood, wolf. Well done. And I should note that could and should and would do have the O sound when stressed, but their weak form is often reduced to a schwa sound. So we're now going to really have a play about with accent. I'm going to read some of the list again, but this time in my Northern English accent, replacing the with O. If you want to repeat them, feel free. If you prefer just to listen, to notice the other way in which these words can be pronounced, that's absolutely fine. Above, adult, brother, bus, but, butter, club, colour, company, country, cousin, culture, cup, customer, cut, enough, front, fun, 100, hungry, husband, just, love, luck, lunch, Monday, money, month, mother, much, must, nothing, number, other, result, run, sun, subject, summer, sun, umbrella, uncle, under, up. So to finish, we're going to look at some minimal pairs and some sentences with and o. Starting with minimal pairs. Now, there are very few minimal pairs with and o, and we do get into some pretty high-level vocabulary for most of them. Also, of course, these are only minimal pairs for speakers who do distinguish between the and o sounds. For those who replace the sound with o, these would be homophones. Although, in fact, some accents have their own way of pronouncing some of these words. For example, look and book may become luke and book. So when I refer to Northern and Southern English, I am making a huge generalization there. Listen and repeat. There are so few this week. We'll read both words in each pair together. Buck, book. Luck, look. Crux, crooks. Put, put. Stud, stood. Tuck, took. Well done. And now try these sentences using those minimal pairs. As usual, I'll read the sentence once slowly for you to grasp the words, although none of the sentences are too long today. Once at a more natural pace, I'll pause for you to repeat. I will then repeat it again, and then you can repeat it one more time. Sentence 1. He bought a book about bucks. He bought a book about bucks. He bought a book about bucks. Sentence 2. It's lucky you looked. It's lucky you looked. It's lucky you looked. Sentence 3. Identifying the crooks is the crux of the issue. Identifying the crooks is the crux of the issue. Identifying the crooks is the crux of the issue. Sentence 4. Put the ball here, then putt it. Put the ball here, then putt it. Put the ball here, then putt it. Sentence 5. She stood on the studs. She stood on the studs. She stood on the studs. And sentence 6. I took him to bed and tucked him in. I took him to bed and tucked him in. I took him to bed and tucked him in. Well done. And again, just to play with accent, if you want to listen to me reading them both in my more Northern English accent, and again, if you want to repeat these to play with accent yourself, please feel free. I'll just read them once each this time. Sentence 1, he bought a book about books. Sentence 2, it's lucky you looked. Sentence 3, identifying the crooks is the crux of the issue. Sentence 4, put the ball there, then put it. Sentence 5, she stood on the studs. And sentence 6, I took him to bed and tucked him in. Well done. I hope you had fun today. That is the end of this week's workout. And as usual, I can feel that I've worked my mouth muscles a bit harder than usual, and I hope you can too. Don't forget to practice as often as possible to build muscle and muscle memory. If you find it easy, speed the podcast up to 1.25 or 1.5 speed. If you need more time, slow it down, and don't forget to use all of those techniques for extra practice that we looked at in the bonus episodes at the end of season 1. If you're new here and you'd like to follow me on social media, come and find me on Instagram or Facebook at English Brick by Brick. I'm not super active on there at the moment, but I do check posts and I love hearing from you. So please contact me on there if you are an Instagram or a Facebook user. There are loads of old posts you can look back over for extra pronunciation and other language practice as well. You'll also find me on Patreon at www.patreon.com/EnglishBrickByBrick. As I said earlier, everything is free on there at the moment, but thank you so much to those of you who are able to support me on there. It really does make a difference. Finally, again, as I said earlier, I do have availability on italki at the moment. Grab the chance whilst you can. Come and check out my profile, book a trial class with me if you want to. We'll be back next week looking again at the sound and adding on the long vowel oo in contrast. So another of those short long vowel contrasts that we've looked at before. I look forward to speaking to you then. Enjoy sound building, and I'll see you soon.